Well, hello, hello. Welcome back, wanderers, my murder of listeners, to The Wandering Crow. As with the last two episodes, I am your host, Abbey, and I am solo hosting today. And this episode is the continuation of a series in which I share my experience paranormally investigating a family member's home. It is part of a series. Each episode informs the next, and I do refer to things that have come up in previous episodes so far every time. If you have not already listened to An Intuitive in a Haunted House, Spirit Box in a Haunted House, or Betsy's Haunted House, Part 3, then I do recommend going back and listening to them in series. It's very enjoyable. You'll still have fun if you don't, but you might be a little confused. You won't be caught up. I'll just say that. Stick around to hear me get into it after this quick message about social media.
If you like what we do, please like, subscribe, download, comment on, and leave a review. Please give us a 5-star rating. If you have a story and you want to share it, you can reach out to us on a variety of ways. We have our email on the website, which has links to all of our media. We have tons of social media links, all available in the show notes.
And now back to the show. Indeed, back to the show. I think that I used Cameron's social media plug because I missed the sound of his voice. By this point in our season break between season 2 and season 3, Cameron has himself taken a break, a well-deserved break, because that boy has a lot happening, a lot going on. And some of you will probably notice it as we commence season 3. Woo, big announcement. Our first episode of season 3 drops this Saturday, Valentine's Day, and appropriately, we will cover, of course, the amazing origins of Valentine's Day, deep dive into it, as well as some really fantastic, dark romance stories. We had probably a little too much fun recording it, okay, guys? I haven't heard it at all yet, but it was so much fun to record. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to listen to. That being said, I do want to acknowledge how rough Betsy's House Part 3 turned out in terms of editing, organization, and replays of the Spirit Box sounds that I found significant. Some of those were just me replaying little foreign sounding voices that I was hearing but couldn't understand, and the purpose there being that if anyone does recognize and understand those, that you would hopefully just kind of replay those for yourself and tell me what you hear, please. But those sound real rough. Some of my edits are super rough. I was trying to amplify things, make them louder and clearer, and boy, did I not accomplish that in some spots. So I do apologize to your ears. Additionally, the very kind of macabre, somber, melancholy kind of state of mind that I think I was in post, thinking that I was hearing a lot of things in the Spirit Box that were negative or creepy or self-deprecating, really, even. And I'm not 100% sure that I even stand by some of those things at this point. But Mandy says that someone has asked her for a release of the Spirit Box session without commentary or editing. Honestly, if you're a regular listener, you know that I love transparency. And so for that reason alone, I'm like, hell yeah, I'll release this. You can listen to it. Absolutely. And then there's just that like little part of my ego that's like, no, I don't want you to listen to it and tell me that everything I heard is crazy and you heard some other stuff. It's fine. I'll let it go. If you do hear other stuff, I will listen with an open mind and chew on it and receive it. And the reality of the matter is, I could do 20 sweep throughs, more even, and still hear something new every single time. I mean, that first spirit box session, I was still hearing brand new things literally as I was recording that. So that's a real thing too. There is some point where I'm reviewing back this static, these sessions from the spirit box, and willfully just skipping stuff that doesn't pop out at me. So there's really a good chance that listeners, someone else picking through it and pulling out things will find stuff that I missed. And that's kind of exciting because I don't want to listen to it anymore. So I'm real happy to pass that buck on. Thank you if you do end up doing that, whoever you are, all of you. I don't mind. Everybody do it. It's great. Now, enough babbling. I'm going to just pick up where I left off at the end of that episode. I will make it a little closer to the organizational methodology that I took on when I was creating part 2, my first spirit box session. Onward ho! I cut off the episode after the clock strikes 3 p.m. and you hear a voice simultaneously on the first chime say clock behind you, which was extremely significant and mind-blowing because the clock was indeed behind Betsy as she faced in toward the living room, toward me, with her back to the dining room where this Seth Thomas chiming mantle clock is. So we're at that point 14 minutes until full moon. And the next thing that happens is I decided to kind of re-ask the question that I had asked before the clock started chiming, which was, did you know Betsy's daughter? And we get not really much of anything. And then after about 10 seconds, the chatter comes back and blah, 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 blah. Then the clock starts chiming. So I don't get what seems like an intelligent answer to that question. So I rephrase it and I ask, do you have an interest in her daughter? And we do get back some responses. Do you have an interest in... All right, so that was a lot. So let's go through it piece by piece. The first thing that I notice is immediately, as soon as I'm done asking the question, this thing comes through. Okay, so those are 2 different sound bites, 2 different voices. They come in sequence like that when I ask the question. So here they come amplified and then cleaned up, edited in a couple of different ways. I'm hearing her obsession with pictures. The word obsession obviously being cut off in the static. Her obsession with pictures. Altogether, my brain fills in the blanks with her obsession with pictures. And I'll tell you something, if you knew how on the nose that was about her daughter, it's very on the nose. After that, there's this weird okay sound or something and static, and I don't know what to do with that. I'm skipping it. Here's the very next thing after that. There's too much of them. There's too much of them. Granted, it could easily be saying, there's a mushroom. There's too much room. It could be something else with this one, but I hear there's too much of them, which is wrong grammar. Next is another one-syllable word. Could be saying yeah, yes, something like that. Then I hear defensive. Could mean that somebody is feeling defensive. Could mean that we need to defend someone. Could just be the radio talking about football because after all, we're in Washington State and the Seahawks were having a great year. Remember, this took place in December. And then I hear need to help her. Need to help her. Need to help her. Next we have right here after the main voice finishes, I can literally see in spectrogram form the visual of a voice. So I amplified those, and this is what I get. Here's what it sounds like, just isolated. This I am 99.9% certain is just her daughter's voice. Her daughter was on the phone upstairs, just past the stairwell, the entire time that we were doing this session. And remember, I put the phone on the staircase looking out into the living room. There are actually many parts where you can kind of hear the daughter's voice come through. So I just wanted to point that out. Back to the spirit box, though, it does say that one thing right there. Give him grace. Give him grace. Give him grace. Are we picking up a gospel channel? Is it some sort of message from Betsy's friend, Grace? Is it a spiritual commentary about how to help her daughter? This is why sometimes I just skip the thing because I'm like, I don't know if that's relevant. And then that begs the question, if I'm cherry picking what I'm hearing and what is relevant and what isn't, then how real is any of this? This is why skeptics have such a hard time. And I get that, right? It doesn't seem like it's always them. And so how do you know if it's ever them or just a really, really great coincidence? Some of these just do not at all seem like coincidence. Next. That has been replayed 3 different times, unedited. I am 100% sure that it's saying great album, which obviously is radio speak. Definitely 3 syllables there. Definitely, I think, is saying great album. Now, suspending my disbelief and interpreting that, it could just be another way of saying there's too much of them, in reference again to the pictures. A great album, a large album. On the radio, the context is probably definitely about music, but in context of this situation and spirits utilizing the waves that are coming from the radio to send us a message, well, great album is still very relevant. Back to the friggin' spirit box. I asked, do you have an interest in her daughter? And now I've gone over bit by bit of what all of those responses were. Let's put them all back together again. Her obsession with pictures, there's so much of them, defensive, need to help her, give him grace, great album. I can vouch for the fact that these are pretty relevant. And when I went over these notes with Betsy, she was just like, well, yeah, exactly. Obviously they're there then. Because, yep, that's right. So then in my notes it says, I asked, do you have an interest in Betsy? And the box's response is immediate silence, giving way occasionally to loud static or music-only breakthrough. Then I ask, do you have an interest in this house? And I get responses.
Do you have an interest in this house?
Happy music and yes. Mommy takes care of us, except it sounds more like mommy takes care of dust. It could just sound like a hard D on us because of the clicking sounds produced as the spirit box switches through the channels. Either way, I thought mommy takes care of us is really weird. But then it says this next thing. So let's just start by picking these little bits apart. So I don't understand Spanish, and I looked up the word paladí, because that's what this sounds like. And the first hit I find is paladín, which apparently means defender, champion, protector, guardian. You guys, does that sound like mom to anyone else? Sing-songy mom? If so, then that means first we got mommy takes care of us, mommy takes care of dust. Paladin, music-y sing-song mom. And then... I don't know, guys. Help me out. Release Dr. Evil. Really stuck your eagle. Really stop your ego. I'm honestly at a loss on that one. But if you noticed in the very first little bit that I played for you, there's a second part there that comes up right after that. Do you hear what I hear? Help me. I guess we're going to have a debate with Dustin Pari over whether or not ghosts want help, because these ones seem to be asking for it. And I guess I owe Mandy an apology, because here we are. This is the second time I've heard help me, once in the first Spirit Box session, and here we are now. Not to mention, I also heard Save Us in the first half of this session, which was shared in the last episode. So altogether we have Mommy Takes Care of Us, Paladin, Mom, something about Dr. Evil or Eagle or Ego, and then Help Me. Okay, dudes, this is crazy. I ask the question, do you have an interest in this house? And then we're silent for a little while, and then we start talking to each other for a little bit. And I say to Betsy, we need to come up with some other questions. What are some important questions? And then the spirit box immediately says this. Okay, this is me in post, and actually maybe this isn't that mind-blowing. Every time I heard this, up until now, I heard, can I help you? Can I help you? Naturally, I thought, oh my God, the spirit is telling me to ask it, how can I help you? Why didn't I think of that? But now I'm hearing, can't help you. Can't help you. Okay, and then...
Are any spirits that are here, are you transient spirits?
Okay, there's at least 3 things in there that when I heard them, I was like, no effing way. So let's break it down. This specific section being the part of interest to me. Here we go. Are any of you transient spirits? And then I probably don't even need to tell you what I think it says, but I will. No, I gotta stay. Are any of you transient spirits? No, I gotta stay. Followed by it was in that section, so I thought I'd try. I hear, gumpta. I don't know if that's a thing. I guess I'll Google it. Well, okay, that was quick. Gumpta, according to Google Translate, is Swedish for gumption. Okay. Well, anyway, next. It's Lars. It's Lars. Okay, so we've got, are any of you transient spirits? It sounds like we're getting a response from Lars, specifically saying, no, gotta stay, gumption. I'm not going to lie, I did not notice that one until just now, but also I take that personally because gumption is one of my favorite words, along with moxie. Okay? Gumption and moxie are two of my favorite old-timey words. When I say it, it always gets a reaction from people. Okay, so somebody needs help. There's some weird stuff going on with the daughter. We're getting these messages that we're getting today are so personal feeling. They are commands or requests for things, for helping others, to help her daughter, possibly to help these spirits. What if Lars was tethered to the house after he died? What if Christine and Nellie and Lula were all just so grief-stricken that they accidentally tethered him to the house, as Mandy has said before in previous episodes she suspects could happen? What if he can't ever leave and he just, sometimes the veil is thin enough for him to be physically active? And if so, what the hell do we do about that? Okay, again, suspended disbelief. We're hearing help me numerous times. So I'm supposed to go back in there, I guess, with the spirit box, meditate, protect, and ask, hey, how can I help you? And see what they say, obviously. But then I'd also have to follow up with, well, but literally, how can I even help you? Is it as simple as smudging and opening a window? Does that help them cross over? Or does it just help them leave the house? What exactly is it? How does this work? Okay, if all of this so far, pretty meaningful stuff, maybe not all of it, but some of it is whoa, movingly meaningful. Here comes some crazy stuff. Hold on to your butts. I'm getting impatient. I am not really hearing anything. I basically throw my hands in the air. I'm out of questions to ask because I'm an awkward human being anyway. What the hell do you ask a ghost? So anyway, I go, what even matters? And boy, howdy does it show me. Oh, shit, guys, just kidding. This is Abby from Post. Okay, I just recorded the spot that I was about to play for you. And I heard right before I ask what even matters, I heard another response that is okay, mind blowing. Some of us, some of us are transient. Oh my God. Okay. So in response to me asking, are any of you transient spirits? I get Lars's solo response. No, gotta stay. It's Lars. there is some other stuff that I skipped past, and this is why it's going to be great to let you guys go ahead and comb through that. But at the very end here, I just caught this, some of us, as in some of us are transient. So that's pretty cool. And again, that's in line with an already working theory starting in episode 1, continuing in episode 2 or part 2, and up through now, that there are plurals of these spirits, that there do appear or sound to be or evidence of multiple personalities based on these spirit box sessions and the activity happening in Betsy's house. Okay, so let's get back to what I was originally telling you to hold on to your butts for.
What even matters?
What is up with that clicking, like the like from a walkie-talkie that comes through so frequently?
What even matters? Is there
Okay, like why? Okay, I'm honestly really upset right now because you can hear her daughter more loudly now on the phone right at this like really important piece. Okay, so that whole part, I say what even matters, and you really only hear 2 things come through the spirit box, and one of them is already so faint. And it comes in just as you hear her daughter's voice pick up. So let's see what I can do about this. How is it that so many things that are loud and plain as day, I keep missing them, but then this little faint, like practically a whisper, can't even hear it, and it's under her daughter's voice and all that jazz, but I heard it. I still hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but let me clean out her daughter's. That was unedited 3 times, and now I'm going to try to clean out the daughter's voice. Well, holy Moses, I was not expecting that to go so well. Okay, so I've gone through and I've actually recorded myself explaining my entire process of how I cleaned that up in Audacity, but I think nobody wants to hear that. So if you want to hear that, you want that content, I cut it and I pasted it so that I could use it later and share it with anybody who wants to hear it. I'm going to skip it and I'm just going to keep playing the different edited versions as I go along and get it cleaner and cleaner. And then I'll get to the damn point. Daughter's voice is going, and then you hear the life. Like I guess I'm giving it away that I think it's saying life in a man's deep voice. And there's a s first, slife. So there's slife. So she's speaking, and that's all that the spirit box can really, like, she overtakes. If I delete her voice, I'm deleting whatever layers of the spirit box voice that would be coming through as well. So the best I can do is this second half that doesn't have her voice over it. And both of those versions are just different variations with the noise filtering. And the noise filtering is known for leaving weird high frequency residue that will make things sound sparkly, that'll give a like s sounds where they aren't really there. So my f in life turned into more of a lice. So just to clarify that. For the record, I think that what it originally said with daughter's voice there is there's life. In death. And altogether, it says. Here comes the original.
what even matters? Is there
What even matters? And over a period of about 14 seconds, you get the faintest there's life, and finally in death. Mic drop. Like, what do I even... Could I even put anything else in this episode that would be more awe-inspiring than that freaking response from this spirit box? I'm not crazy. I mean, honestly, like when I listened back to the "there's life" thing, I was like, is that even, did I just make that? Did I hear the "in death" and then go back later and like retroactively decide that I'm hearing "there's life"? Maybe. But at some points I was like, I don't even know that I'm hearing it. How am I hearing it? And it's like, damn, if I'm not damaging the crap out of my ears and only hearing ringing, then I'm obviously have very sharp hearing, because shoot, it definitely says "slife." That really is there. Okay. Slife in death. What do we all want to say that says? Slife in death. I'm going to go with "there's life in death," which is like, oh, like what? And we're still not even through everything. We're still not through everything. Immediately after that, I start asking another question, which is basically the same exact question. And that is, do you have any message for us?
Is there any message that you have for us? Is it easier to talk when the radio, when the spirit box is off?
Okay, you heard my final part there. I ask if it's easier to talk without the spirit box, because I'm thinking, what if we could just get a real EVP? That would be cool. Spirit box says, what was that? Jump on it. Like, I don't know. Are we really reading too deep into that as those being responses? I mean, somebody could literally respond to that question with those answers, and I wouldn't question it. That would seem normal enough as a response. Let's get back to teasing out all those little noises that we heard after I asked if they had any message for us. I don't understand that at all. Is that Spanish? I'm going to just replay it a few times for anybody who wants to hear it a few times and maybe can tell me what it says. I do suspect that in that specific little clip, we're hearing daughter's voice, and it's just completely like melding in with whatever's happening in the spirit box right then as well, which clearly is music, possibly Spanish, not sure. That'd be cool to hear what anybody thinks it says. Okay, friends, so what I have written in my notes for that spot is I'm Lars. And I think anybody listening to that can understand how or why I may have misunderstood that. Clearly, that's not what it's saying. It's saying something like Amu Malarsis, and I don't know what to do with that, so we'll move on. 3 separate things there. Here's the first. Second. Third. All together again. What I wrote in my notes and what I heard just raw from the audio on my phone is, I'm Lars, there's life in death. Obviously, I was wrong about some of that at least. There's adjustable time in death. There's just no time in death. Honestly, guys, The last one, when I asked what even matters and it said there's life and death, that was enough for me. And I really want to get this friggin' episode posted today because Valentine's episode posts tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and just like move on now. Betsy and I are just relaxing. I've got the spirit box going and my phone recording. It's just in my hand now. And we're not talking, but it's chattering. And it does say some stuff that seems specific. Be there for Betsy. Be there for Betsy. I know that when I'm recording and making these shows, I try to include the skeptical. I try to show that I'm not just a crazy person and automatically just assume that everything is meaningful. But also, even when I'm alone, I still hesitate to believe in all of this. And yet, I'm not really, like, how can I hear a spirit box say, be there for Betsy, and still not believe that something is talking to us? Ugh, you guys.
I'll try again, even if they're the same questions.
Okay, I've included this longer clip just to give you guys some context. We're still just like goofing around and not even talking to the spirit box, but it's talking and it's saying things. In that clip, we can hear blah, blah, blah. I'm talking, and then also this other thing. I think bookended around me talking right there. It says bedside upstairs. I didn't even bother editing those. They're pretty clear. I wish that we had gone upstairs at that point and conducted our little interview, but we didn't. Anywho, I'm pretty sure by this point it is the full moon now. So we're in the full moon.
How many spirits are in the house? What's that? Where's the mail top?
Okay, lots going on there. Let's break it down.
How many spirits are in the house?
Yields building, I don't know. I don't have faith in that one, so I'm not going to replay it. Like, most of these I think are clear enough that I don't need to edit them. They're pretty clear. So this last one I just played for you. Garble Garble, you have an exclusive offer from. We don't have anything to do. Don't have anything to do. I guess this one actually could be open to interpretation, but every time I hear it, I hear men only. But the li is cut off at the end. This is a men's court. I originally thought it said this is a men's world. No matter what, the word men's sticks out to me. And honestly, I think that's by design.
What's that? Where's the mail top?
Ooh! So I'm about to ask it a question, and then it cuts in, and you guys, did you hear that? Let me replay that for you. One creepy, deep, robotic voice. Halfway through, it is overlapped by another higher pitched voice. Two voices simultaneously. To be honest, what the one deep robotic voice is saying in the beginning before the second voice comes in is actually unclear to me. They both sound clear to me when they're both talking together, even though they're clearly saying two different things. But you guys want to hear something really weird? Sitting here and looking at it in spectrogram, the audio of this doesn't look like normal speaking audio. It looks like a Donnie Darko demon, like donkey from Shrek, but looking really demonic with big glowing eyes. Like, it's weird to me. Numerous times throughout the spirit box session, I've observed that the audio coming from the spirit box actually makes shapes and pictures, whereas normal human audio just makes these layered, lined waves that you can see, and they're very consistent and they don't really change. I mean, other than like you can see the different frequencies or how loud they are, whatever. But the audio from the spirit box is way different. It's really weird, honestly. I wonder, is there meaning to that too? Like, why does this get out day and night audio look like a little demon staring at me? So we've just heard all this stuff, male dominated, something about a building, then men only, for a limited time. You've got a limited time offer. We've got nothing to do. This is a men's court. Something day and night and simultaneously get out. Like, Next.
Nominated comment in relation to my question.
Are we being told keep away? Keep away. I hear many here, with weird emphasis on the first syllable. Many. Like a bad American impersonation of an Italian accent. Many. Again, am I supposed to be drawing away a message about this male dominance in the house? Men. How many times have we heard the word men now? Nope, I've got nothing for that one. Just replay it by yourself if you think there's something there. Back up out there and defend? Okay, next. Oh, this next spot looks like demon eyes. Let's see if it sounds cool. Oh shit, it did sound cool. Okay, that's something. Oh, that's what I get for just winging it. Yeah. I have written in my notes, souls. And it could be saying Susan, but I actually still think that souls is still more what it sounds like.
Is there a woman upstairs who turns down the bed?
Okay, you guys, I am now convinced that there is something to the actual appearance of the audio in spectrogram when the spirits are coming through. I knew just looking at it that one little spot was gonna say something weird. Is there a woman upstairs who turns down the bed sheet? I'm pretty confident this is not what it's actually saying, but just listening to it raw, I hear, she's up there, or she's upstairs, She's upstairs, boo. That's a banger. I can hear it already. Chart topper. Then I get impatient, classically, and I switch the settings on the spirit box. I ask a couple old oldies but goodies in terms of questions, and we get some reliable, solid answers, and then I turn it off.
Can you give us some sort of confirmation that you are here? Stockton, California. Hear that statement.
naughty language coming through right there just as I'm finishing my question. I didn't think you could use that language on the radio, so that's interesting. Then there's, something about a drink before, stock in California, and then there's that statement, I don't wanna. So I think at least there's that statement and I don't wanna were probably directed at us. And something about the drink before, I don't know, maybe meaning like, been there, done that, or just nothing.
Can you say hi to Betsy?
They're very good at saying hi. I'm going to go ahead and say that. We pretty much never hear a hi or hello out of context of being asked to say hi and hello, which to me is a pretty, that's a pretty empirical finding. Is it? Like, I don't know. Am I using the word empirical correctly? Every time we ask it to say hi, it says hi or hello. Otherwise, it's not saying hi or hello. Replay.
Can you say hi to Betsy? Are you one of Betsy's friends?
Susie, quick, pretty clear. Steven, her old sweetheart Steve.
What is your name?
I repeat the question, he repeats his name. Steve. Oh, I take it back. That sounds like something about a phone and then hello. A couple more chattery things come in. Something that sounds like maybe where's dad? And then like just seconds later, I turn it off. So that was the full moon spirit box session. Honestly, tons and tons of really amazing things came out of there. I don't even remember from part 3, the first half of this, what exactly I presented, but I know there was some really cool stuff. Oh, the clock. Oh my God, Wentworth clock, and then clock behind you. There was a couple of other things. And then this one, it talks about got to help her daughter. And then there's this whole section with moms and I don't remember the Spanish word that meant conqueror or defender or warrior. And then we get there's life and death. I mean, just a lot to be said here from this session. And for anybody curious, sure, we can post this. I have a feeling not a lot of people are going to be interested in that. We'll figure it out. If you are interested in hearing the unedited, unaltered, well, other than redactions of names for privacy's sake, surnames and her daughter's name, I will not edit it other than those redactions. I will say one thing, though, that I'm a little bummed about is I believe I hear her daughter's name twice throughout this particular session, and I can't share it. So you'll just have to take my word for it. But even still, that's interesting too. So please let me know what you guys think about all of this. What do you think about the whole concept of can we pick and choose? How do we determine the relevancy of things? What do you guys think about this whole spirit box concept? And has any of what I've posted helped to change and shape the way you think about it? Furthermore, if you are interested in us sharing the unaltered, other than the necessary privacy redactions, please write in. Email is probably the best way, but you could reach us on Facebook, Instagram, etc. Castbox, Apple. Email is probably the best, though. If you are interested in that audio, please let us know so that I have kind of a concept of the interest in that. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging in there. Hey, very exciting. You guys get a 2 for this weekend because I just feel like I need to drop this week. and be done with this until the next one. It is what it is. This has been another episode of The Wandering Crow.
On a cold night tonight. On a cold night tonight.
Cold